I'm Dr. Timothy Johnson of ABC News.
And I'm Yo-Yo Ma of the Wide World of Music.
As a physician, I know there are people all over the globe in desperate need of medical service, and that it takes special people to provide help in those communities.
As a musician, I've been personally inspired by the work of one doctor and musician, Albert Schweitzer. He believed in reverence for life, and he was able to put the humanity in the sacred.
Through the Schweitzer Fellowship Program, many idealistic young people are able to continue his work.
So now we ask you to listen to the words and music that tell their stories.
And we ask you to support this program that does so much for so many with so little. No one questioned his brilliance as a writer and philosopher, and as a world-renowned Bach scholar and organist. But then, Albert Schweitzer did the unthinkable. At age 30, he traded his illustrious academic career to become a doctor, and headed to the jungles of West Africa.
I was excited when I heard about the chance to be a Schweitzer Fellow in Africa, and even more excited when I was picked to be a Schweitzer Fellow, and had this sense of going off to Africa where there are people from different cultures who don't have access to health care, and I could really make a difference for them. But in fact, in 4 years of Harvard Medical School, nobody had ever pointed out to me that all of that could be accomplished by walking up the street about 3 blocks into Roxbury up Mission Hill, where there are people from different cultures who didn't have access to health care that I could have helped.
One of the things that's freeing about the fellowship is that because of the flexibility in the end goals, you have the opportunity to be dynamic in the way that you're working with people. And if something doesn't work, then you can change it. It's not always an option. This is what a fellowship actually is where you go and do something. Not something, go write a paper. It's engaging them in a conversation that allows them to figure out what health means to them and how they can get there.
My Schweitzer project focused on bringing soccer to underserved communities and using soccer as an educational vehicle to teach kids life skills and leadership skills. So in essence, transforming the soccer field into a classroom.
Mr. Javier and I talked at the beginning, what do we want to have these kids get from this program? And we talked about sportsmanship, and we talked about being kind to each other, and we talked about respect, and we talked about hard work and commitment, and the program has been just unbelievable. These are kids who don't have a lot, and they often can't get outside and play because of the dangers in their neighborhood, and they're excited about soccer, they love their coach.
When you're a young professional and you want to do things to help the world, you don't have a framework to hang that on, really. And what Schweitzer offered was, you don't go into a community and tell them what they need. You need to go in and listen and really respond to community needs. So that philosophy really shaped my career and how I've approached medicine and community involvement. And I'm indebted to Schweitzer for really making a big impact on me early in my medical career.
Personally, it's been amazing just to work with the other fellows. We're doing a health fair that we're getting everyone connected together in the community. I've also leveraged other fellows' projects with my own clinic, getting them connected to local resources. So that has been really great. And then just learning how to be an advocate, I think, was the biggest thing that I took away from this.
Whether it's in your personal life or whether it's in your career or whether it's doing service, you really need to fight for things that you're passionate about. And I think this kind of program teaches people or allows people to find within themselves, with some kind of guidance, that within them. And I think that's really important.
I'm currently working on a project here at Parkside Manor, conducting an exercise class. 10? That's not bad.
Times 2. Molly helped me an awful lot. I could hardly walk when she started. And through the exercise she's given us, I can do very well. My daughter says, "Oh, Mother, you're walking so much better." And I said, "Thanks to Molly."
I think it's my purpose to always give back especially to, you know, African American, underprivileged, you know, kids that kind of live in the inner city, the forgotten kids, because I come from that kind of environment. So I know that with a little bit of motivation and inspiration from somebody who's actually been through it, you can actually have a huge impact on someone's life.
One of the things I really appreciate about the Schweitzer is that it helps get people out there and doing things and not just talking about it or thinking about it on a theoretical level. And it really gets you involved, and I don't know if I would have done it otherwise, or I would have been inspired to do it.